from Toronto, Ontario, and I came to Vancouver about five or 6 years ago now, and living in the Downtown Eastside is definitely a different sort of neighborhood to be in than anywhere else I've lived before. It's unique, definitely. It's good. It's ups and downs, but it's an interesting place to live anyway.
So I use this is mugwort and rose hips and lavender. Then I burn not only the incense, but I also burn the botanical. I'm Jeanette and Allie's mom, and we're originally from Toronto. And then Allie moved here to Vancouver, and then I moved here maybe a couple of years after she did. I ended up working up in Whistler, then I worked my way back down here.
Well, I guess noticing a really lack of comfort among people, walking around and seeing people, just like sort of dirty or like uncomfortable, filthy and dirty clothes, and kind of just scratching your skin and sort of uncomfortable and like skin sores and kind of all that stuff you get on your own, really uncomfortable to deal with, especially living outside. I mean, there's no solace in your bathroom. You can't go home and have a nice bath and kind of relax and take care of yourself. So there's really nowhere to care for yourself here properly. So I thought of making a few products. I thought of a few things over the years. I've thought of them and I've just kind of always had them in the back of my head. Never really done anything with them. And then lately I've been thinking, well, why not? I mean, since COVID's happened, everyone's working on their own a lot more and being inside your house and having a lot more time on your hands. So I started coming up with some ideas for some different products that may actually be helpful to people in the neighborhood.
When she got inspired, when I moved here to be closer to her, and it was her idea, and to move forward with creating more creations. And so what Allie did was that she did some research and what really she wanted to create and to maybe reformulate some of the formulas that I've had. Because I'm a shiatsu therapist and practitioner of natural medicine. So I had a little practice in Toronto in my younger days. And so that's where I started making natural products and ointments and creams, and made them for Allie's, like skin lotions and so forth. And with Allie's inspiration, Downtown Eastside, how she wants to help. And I see this as well. When I walk the streets, I see people in need of some help. I look at it as in a perspective of being closer to Mother Earth.
A lot of people have cellulitis here, and so the legs get really red and swollen and icky, and it's really prevalent during the summertime. It's kind of horrible. So you see it everywhere, and it's really hard not to get it if you wear shorts in this neighborhood. Like everyone has it, you wear shorts or sandals. So it's within 2 weeks of noticing it, I had it, and it's just your legs. Like if you cut yourself, it gets swollen up, and if any kind of like sore or cut or anything scrape in your leg, it comes right out, flares up. So I tried this stuff that I made up, me and my mom made up, and it worked. And it worked. It took it right away. We got it overnight.
And then first I grind the herbs, and then I have to infuse them. We're going to have the spray one in the silver cans for now. We may change that to copper. It required a lot of research. So between Allie and I, we do a lot of research, and we have our research sources to find what has worked for what these research companies come up with also, their research and labs. And so then you have to, that's a point where you have to create. So this is your intention. So you have to first know what your intention is. And then you call upon the spirits of the plants to guide you and with permission to use their medicine. And then you have to bring in the elements of the earth, fire, water, air, and earth. And if you go through all of that gratitude, and you will come up with it, a recipe. And we did. So now it's like we've created the first one for skin irritations and infections and faster wound healing. People have compromised immune systems that prevent them from their wound healing fast. And so this is why we created the first one, to get that moving quicker for them. So that's the cream, our first one for that, and then we have the internal. So we have a tea, and so Alley pointed out that it's difficult to serve a tea out in the community that will boost your immune system and help to move the blood around, increase your blood circulation. And so we created, it was Allie's idea, to create it into a gummy bear. So we infused it into a gummy bear. So you have 2 gummy bears as you apply the cream externally, and then you have 2 gummy bears for your internal circulation and immunity boost. And so then, the other one is for kind of like an antibacterial. So it will, help you to get rid of the bacteria that lives on the surface of the skin, so that it doesn't have that entry point when your skin is cracked or broken. So when Allie had these, the cellulitis, and then we kind of put together the cream, and it worked, and then I thought, well, it's a good time, and especially with the COVID, it's even more so a better time to go inwardly, to get to know yourself and to find your soul and to create. It's a time to create. And what better is to create with nature. And so that's my inspiration, is to bring us back there to where we belong.
I know a lot of people around here, so it's kind of having the fact that it works really well, it's like, you're confident with that. So if you know that a product works, you can help people, so getting out there and getting the word around as many people as possible that there is help for their legs and they don't have to walk around looking horrible. And so being, I guess, just the acceptance and I guess the word getting around, the popularity of it, that would be my hope for it anyway. We have the little tins for the cellulitis, and we have little tin sprays for the rejuvenation spritzer. We have little they're smaller, sort of smaller size things, big. So like I'm thinking like a 6-pack of beer, sort of with the case, sort of something like that, almost like condiments. Little sort of replicate, I think maybe or make you a case. Not really sure yet.
It means a lot to me to see it all come together, and it's for our products to make their way around Downtown Eastside. People to get to know them, use them.
I think it's been more fun to start this in the pandemic, because more people are, I guess, aware of their surroundings. I find more people are aware of what's going on around them, and aware of their community, the people around them, more so than they were before. Everyone was rushed and headed somewhere, and hustle and bustle, and kind of not looking to your peripherals and not seeing what's going on around you, especially in this neighborhood. You kind of put blockers in your peripherals around here, and a lot of people do for good reasons, but you kind of lose out on the little things, the connections with people, and the small things.
It's wonderful to see people have ideas and put those ideas, moving forward with them.
My first time seeing it, I was shocked. I came here for work maybe 7 years ago. I was here for a few weeks for work, and I went on a tour with my friend just to see the neighborhood. And I was like, this exists? This place is like this? Like, shit, it's crazy. People are doing drugs out in the open. People are, like sleeping on the streets, and it's more so than it's abject homelessness. It's blaring in it's blatant in your face. It's not, there's no sugarcoating it here. There's no putting, makeup on it. There's no making it look, but it's in your face. It is what it is. It's the harsh, stark reality that homelessness is real, drug addiction is real.
When I first moved here, I was, of course, shocked as well. So to, view the community and to adapt to it. So it is, it took me a while to adapt to it.
Disease, crime, all these things are very real, and it's like a crash course in it, walking through this neighborhood.
And I think especially for my generation, because a lot of people I see mostly younger people in the streets that live outside, and then I hear a lot of negative things that from people maybe outside of the community, And you know what? I can walk down Hastings to see my daughter at 2 o'clock in the morning, come home, and I feel completely safe.
If you look a little closer, if you look if you look underneath a little bit more, just look a little closer, you find a lot of connection within people, a lot of really good people helping each other. When COVID happened, when COVID started, they had some government gave out some money initially for some people who were eligible. But a lot of people around here seem to be eligible. So there's a lot of people with money that they weren't used to having. And it was really nice to see. I don't think you would ever see it in any other neighborhood in the world. The people are handing out 20s, walking around and saying, hey, who wants money? Who wants money? 20, who wants 20? Who wants 20? Just giving money to each other, because they just wanted to have that opportunity to give back to somebody, to have that chance, so they never would have had it otherwise. So just seeing people it was like the living dead, people were just giving out money everywhere. It's kind of crazy to see, but I mean, that's just the sentiment of a lot of people, is they really want to give back. They really want to be able to do something like that, but don't know really how or have the means.
Everyone's just trying to help each other out to the best that they can, and working with what they have to work with. And I give them a lot of credit for that, because it's really, they have not a lot to work with, and yet they're so willing to share. It's never quiet. I know my glasses.
What are your hopes? What do you hope to see in the community? Whether that be, next week, next month, a year from now. What is your hope?
My hopes are just to bring people back together and to harmonize. And I would like to create a respect for nature and respect for Mother Earth to brought back in our forefront.